Hey, what up, YouTube? I'm back again with another movie review. The movie is called 10 Cloverfield Lane that came out in 2016. It's a horror slash sci-fi film. But before I get into this, y'all go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Also, y'all don't forget to check out my bro BG Dino. He does movie reviews and he tells stories. Make sure y'all hit him up. So, in this movie, a woman named Michelle was driving and she crashed into a ditch. Then when Michelle woke up, she found herself inside of an underground bunker with two men, and their names were Emmett and Howard. Emmett worked for Howard on his farm, and Howard was like a retired Navy veteran slash farmer. So anyway, the only thing Michelle remembered was her crashing into a ditch. And now she has a cast on her leg, but she's not in the hospital. She's actually chained up. So Howard came into the room and explained to her that they were under a massive chemical attack. Howard saw her on the side of the road, so he saved her and took her to his bunker. And Michelle just didn't believe him. She thought that she was just being kidnapped by somebody who's crazy. And so she kept trying to escape. And Howard kept telling Michelle, like, you can't go out there. The air is not pure. We're under a massive chemical attack and you're going to get sick and die. As time went by, Michelle started to play along with everything so she could get on his good side. Everything started going good. Then Emmett, Howard, and Michelle, they all just started watching TV together and they were eating together at the table and they were playing games and talking and just becoming cordial. One day, Howard opened up to Michelle and was saying, like, yeah, I had a daughter named Megan, but she's not here anymore. I believe she died. Then he showed her a picture of Megan, and Michelle was just playing along and everything, but actually she was still plotting on how to escape. One day they were at the kitchen table and Michelle started flirting with Emmett on purpose. It was kind of awkward for Emmett. When Howard seen this, he got mad and started screaming in her face while she was telling Howard, like, I'm sorry, it won't happen again. But the whole time he was screaming in her face, Michelle snuck the keys from under his belt buckle. And then after she did that, she ran up the steps to escape. Now, there were two doors leading to the outside. Michelle made it out of the first metal door, then she locked it. And then when she was about to unlock the door leading to her freedom, Howard's neighbor, I forgot the lady's name, she came up to the door and her face was all messed up and she was saying, let me in. Like, they only touched me a little bit, just let me in. But Howard was standing behind the locked door and told Michelle, look at her face. Do not let her in. Just look at her face. She's contaminated. So Michelle didn't step out of the door, and eventually she went back and down into the bunker, gave Howard his keys, and she started to believe a little bit about what Howard was saying. Like I said, Michelle started to come into terms and was just like, this is my new living situation. I might as well get along with everybody. One day something happened with the air filter, and since she was the smallest one, Howard told her that she had to climb through the vents to go reset the machine. And when she got up there, she saw a window. And on the window, somebody scraped the word help with a bloody earring. But the way it was scraped, you can tell that it came from the inside of the bunker. She told Emmett about it. And then they started discussing Howard's dead daughter, Megan. Michelle showed Emmett a picture of Megan. And in that picture, Megan had on the same earrings. And she was like, yeah, I found Megan's bloody earrings up there. And Emmett said, that's not Howard's daughter. I know that girl. Her name is Brittany. She went missing 2 years ago. That is not Howard's daughter. I'm about to show you a picture of Howard's daughter. So he showed Michelle the real picture of Howard's daughter, of his real daughter. And the shirt that his real daughter had on is the same shirt that he gave Michelle to put on that day. Now Michelle put her plan back into motion because she seen this dude is crazy. So this time the plan was to make a hazmat suit so she can go out into the contaminated air and still live. So they snuck around the bunker to gather materials, and see, Howard was very tidy and controlling. They couldn't touch nor do anything without him noticing. So when Howard noticed small stuff was being misplaced, he confronted both of them. He brought Michelle and Emmett into a room that had like a big old barrel of hydrochloric acid. He started dumping things into the barrel while Michelle and Emmett watched the items melt, and they were actually scared. So Howard asked them, like, what were y'all trying to do? What's going on? Why is this out of place? Emmett made up a story to save both of them. He told Howard, look, I was trying to get your gun so I can impress her. I want her to look at me the way she looks at you. So Howard said, okay, it's okay. I forgive you. Then he shot Emmett in the head. And Michelle was scared. And Howard was trying to console her. And he told her, like, it's okay. This is the way things are supposed to be. We're a family now. And he was going to turn on us. Howard looked at Michelle like a daughter, and he claimed he was trying to protect her. Now, this incident made Michelle really want to get up out of there. So she finished making the suit and put it under the mat where she was sleeping on it. One day, Howard found the suit and he got mad. So they got into a fight. Michelle won the fight and the bunker caught on fire. Then Michelle climbed through the vent to escape, and she finally made it outside. At first, when she got out there, she made sure her suit was secured so she wouldn't wind up looking like Howard's neighbor. After a little while, she realized like there was no need for the hazmat suit. So Michelle took off the suit and was walking around the barn to get into a car that was out there. And all of a sudden, the underground bunker blew up, and there was a spaceship out there that started floating towards the noise. But the explosion died down by the time the spaceship got close to it. So now it was quiet. So the spaceship just turned back around. When Michelle seen this, she ran over to a car. And when she tried to open the door, the car alarm went off. So she ran away from the car and hid in the barn. But the car alarm attracted an alien that was on the ground. And the alien lifted the car up a little bit and put it back down. Michelle ran out of the barn, and the alien started chasing Michelle, trying to attack her, until it heard a spaceship come, and then it backed up. All of a sudden, the spaceship started releasing a green gas into the air, and Michelle hurried up and put her suit back on. Then she saw the alien again, and he chased her into a van. So the spaceship lifted the van into the air, and the ship had like a big alien mouth on it, and it was trying to eat the van while Michelle was in it. Michelle found some material inside of the van, and she made like a cocktail. When she got close enough to the mouth of the spaceship, she threw the cocktail in it, and the ship let her go. And Michelle fell back down to the ground. Then she watched it blow up, and then the movie ends. Y'all should have seen what the mouth looked like.
Girl, that's a booty hole.
Not a hole, Keisha.
My opinion. First of all, let me say I love John Goodman, and any character he plays is my favorite character. But this whole movie was actually interesting. I thought Emmett and Howard were strange because Howard acted like he didn't want Emmett to be there, and Emmett thought Howard was just such a good man until he realized that Howard kidnapped Brittany and Michelle. Also, Howard's character was good and evil. 2 years prior to the chemical attack, I believe he kidnapped Brittany to fill the void from his dead daughter, and he probably killed her when she tried to escape. And Howard was still or recently worked for the government, so he was prepared for the attack. He already knew the secret, and on his way home to hide in his bunker, Howard saw Michelle and slammed into her car so he could save her life. He did feed her. He did protect her. He didn't try anything sexual on her. He was trying to treat her like a daughter, and he told her the truth about what was going on outside. But at the same time, he was still holding her against her will. Like, if she didn't want to be there, he should have just let her go see for herself. Like, he tried to save her the first time, it ain't worked. Now it's up to her. But I like the movie so far. I mean, I like the movie. And some people say that 10 Cloverfield Lane was supposed to be part 2 of a trilogy. The first movie is called Cloverfield. The second movie is 10 Cloverfield Lane. And the third is called Paradox. I'm not sure about that. so I have to watch the other movies just to see for myself. But overall, on a scale from 1 to 10, I give this movie a 7.5. Like, I think you should go watch it. So this is all I have for tonight, y'all. Please stay tuned for my next movie review. I'm out.